look, we have a full lineup today of new announcements across hardware, software, and solutions. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, since launching MI300 less than 2 years ago, we're on an annual cadence of new Instinct accelerators. With the MI350 series, we're delivering the largest generational performance leap in the history of Instinct. And we're already deep in development of MI400 for 2026 that is really designed from the ground up as a rack-level solution. So today, I'm super excited to launch the MI350 series, our most advanced AI platform ever that delivers leadership performance across the most demanding models. This series, you'll hear us talk about the MI355 and the MI350. They're actually the same silicon, but MI355 supports higher thermals and power envelopes so that we can even deliver more real-world performance. And thank you, Drew. My favorite part. Here is MI355. This is our flagship product, and I'm showing this to you. It's powered by our latest 4th-gen Instinct architecture. It supports new data formats like FP4. It uses the latest HBM3E memory, and it has 185 billion transistors across 10 chiplets, all integrated with our leadership 3D packaging. So what do you guys think? All right, thank you, Drew. Look, the MI350 series delivers just a massive 4x generational leap in AI compute to accelerate both training and inference. With an industry-leading 288 gigabytes of memory, we can now run models up to 520 billion parameters on a single GPU. The MI350 series also uses the same industry-standard UBB8 platform as MI300 and MI325. This is actually really important, because it actually makes it super easy to deploy MI350 series into existing data center infrastructure. Now, if you look at the specs compared to the competition, 355 supports 1.6x more memory and delivers higher flops across a wide range of AI data types. And especially if you look at FP6 and FP64, we're double the throughput. Now, what does that mean? That means that you have leadership performance at both ends of the spectrum, whether you're talking about leading-edge AI models or large-scale scientific simulation or engineering applications. Now, at the platform level, an MI355X server has massive memory capacity and compute relative to the competition. We're talking about 161 petaflops of FP4 compute and 2.3 terabytes of HBM3E memory. And we have it in both air-cooled and liquid-cooled configs, giving customers the flexibility to meet their specific thermal, power, and density needs. Now let's look at some of the performance. We set an ambitious goal with MI350 series to deliver a 35x generational increase in AI performance. And today, I'm proud to say that we've delivered that. On Llama 3.1, MI355 delivers 35x higher throughput when running at ultra-low latencies, which is required for some real-time applications like code completion, simultaneous translation, and transcription. We also deliver significantly higher performance across a wide range of AI applications, things like chatbots, or content generation, or summarization, or conversational AI. We can see performance up to 4.2x higher gen on gen. And now when you look across a wide range of models, we see great performance as well. In DeepSeek and Llama 4 Maverick, we're seeing things like triple the tokens per second, gen on gen. So that level of performance drives faster responses and the ability to serve more users with much, much greater efficiency. Now let's take a look at the competitive performance. When running DeepSeek R1 or Llama 3.1, MI355 delivers leadership throughput using open source frameworks like SGLang and VLLM. We're generating up to 30% more tokens per second compared to B200, and actually matching the performance of the significantly more expensive and complex GB200, even when the competition is using their latest proprietary software stack. This is actually pretty cool because it tells you a couple things, right? It first says that we have really strong hardware, which we always knew, but it also shows that the open software frameworks have made tremendous progress to the point where they are outperforming a closed vendor-specific ecosystem. And when you combine all of that performance with lower CapEx, what we're seeing is MI355 can deliver up to 40% more tokens per dollar than competing solutions. %40 more tokens per dollar. That means higher throughput, greater efficiency, much better TCO for cloud and enterprise, and it really makes MI355 the best choice in the industry for inference at scale. Now, one of our earliest partners to deploy Instinct broadly was Meta. To share more on our work together, please welcome Meta VP of Engineering, Yee Jiun Song, to the stage. YJ.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Hey, thank you so much for being here. We're so excited about the work that we're doing together. Look, we have so much respect. Meta has been an incredible leader in AI across infrastructure, models, and services. I get to talk to YJ a lot. He gives us good feedback, You're delivering all of this capability at amazing scale, and so it's been our privilege to be your partner across Epic and now Instinct. Can you talk a little bit about our collaboration?
Well, first, thank you for having me here, Lisa. I'm thrilled to be here and excited to see all the progress that you and the AMD team are making. We're seeing incredible advancements that started with your Epic products and now extending to all of your AI offerings. I think AMD and Meta has always been strongly aligned on vision, roadmap, execution. So this means that we have very close co-engineering, performance tuning, we troubleshoot problems together, and we're able to deploy optimized systems at scale. So our teams really see AMD as a strategic and responsive partner and someone that we really rely on.
Well, we love working with your engineering team, and you know that. We love the feedback, and you also hold a high standard. You are one of our earliest partners in AI. As your demands continue to scale, you've talked about your usage of MI300. Just what are you doing today, and what are your plans with MI350 going forward?
Yeah, so AI has been core to many of the user experiences across all of Meta's products for a long time, across Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. And now, of course, with Llama and Meta AI, AI has become even more important than before. It's been fantastic to see our collaboration on MI300X come to fruition. So MI300X accelerators today are a key part of our infrastructure. We've deployed this quite broadly for Llama 3 and Llama 4 inference due to its high performance and excellent performance per TCO. As we've gained experience with MI300X, we're also expanding the workloads that we run on them. So we're now today using MI300X both for training and inference of the different ranking and recommendation workloads which are critical to our business. We're also quite excited about the capabilities of MI350X. We like that it brings significantly more compute power, next generation memory, adds support for FP4, FP6, all while maintaining the same form factor as MI300 so we can deploy quickly.
Thank you, YJ. Thank you, by the way, for your trust. I know that to deploy us on more workloads requires effort on both sides, so we really appreciate that. Meta's really been a leader developing frontier models. If you think about AI across all of your applications, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing. You're like at the front there. What are you seeing in applications? What are you seeing in your compute investments?
Yeah. So I think the AI work at Meta that gets the most attention is probably the Llama models. Now, we are committed to developing frontier models with our Llama efforts, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. We're seeing growth of AI workloads across all of our different products. AI is not only improving our existing products, but also allowing us to develop entirely new products. All of this is driving investments in compute infrastructure at a scale that's quite unprecedented. We're building data centers and filling them up faster than I've ever seen. Our entire infrastructure team is sprinting to ensure we have the capacity to build the next great AI models and then take advantage of those models to deliver value to our users. The result of this incredible capacity buildup is that we really care about perf per TCO and making sure that we get the best bang for the buck for our investments.
Well, we've been part of a few of those sprints, just a few. So YJ, we've also worked very closely on the software side. PyTorch, ROCm, the open hardware environment. Like, how do you think about open in your strategy?
Yeah, so I think our collaboration has spanned both software and hardware for many years at this point. I think most recently, since 2021, we've partnered closely to enable ROCm through PyTorch to ensure that developers can leverage AMD GPUs with PyTorch's ease of use right out of the box.
Thank you.
Beginning last year, we've worked closely on improving ROCm's communication library, Rickle, which is critical for AI training.
We really appreciate that partnership, by the way. So
us too. Beyond PyTorch, Meta contributes heavily to the open source community. An example here is the work on compiler frameworks such as Triton, which allows us to write code once and then run on different accelerator families. Now, of course, we also collaborate on optimizing Llama models to run well on AMD GPUs. Operating at scale also requires that our accelerators, the accelerators that we buy, be compatible with our network and data center infrastructure. Here, we rely on our common infrastructure hardware racks to be the integration point between our accelerators, the network, and the data centers themselves. This is one of the reasons why we've been able to introduce MI300 into our production environment so quickly.
Yes, no, absolutely. I think the OCP work is fantastic. Look, we're super excited about our partnership, everything that we're doing together, and it feels like we're just starting the ramp of MI350. Yeah. But in our business, we're always talking about the future. You guys are always asking us what's next.
Absolutely.
I'm actually going to preview MI400X a little bit later in the show. So can you just talk about where you see AI going in the future, and how does that shape what you need from partners like us?
So AI is driving massive growth in infrastructure demand. But actually, it's not just about the size of the demand or the amount of capacity. The type of workload is also changing very rapidly. As an example, not so long ago, as an industry, we were very focused on pre-training. Yes. But towards the end of last year, we start to see the emergence of test-time inference and reinforcement learning and other new workloads that demand huge amounts of computation. We also start to see the rise of mixture of expert models that place high demands in network interconnection speeds and the performance of the collective communication primitives we just talked about. And beyond generative AI, we are also finding that our recommendation systems are also getting more complex. The direct implication of these rapid changes is that Meta and AMD will have to work even more closely together to define our accelerator and network roadmaps for the future. I can't wait to hear what you're about to share.
Well, you know everything I'm about to share, but I will say that I do remember sitting in your office and asking you, so YJ, tell me what's going to happen when the workloads, and you're like, well, be flexible.
That's absolutely true.
Thank you, YJ. Thank you. We really, really appreciate the partnership. Yeah. It's wonderful working with you and the entire team, and thank you for all that we're doing together.
Thank you.